Alright guys, here I am again. So you'll see I've gotten a little bit farther here, and I've spent a lot of time really examining how this thing was put together. I took off the apron on the bottom, as you can see, and you can see that the apron is still on over there. So I took that part off for this side, because I'm only taking out this side. I also took out the screws that were bolting this into the floor, and so that allows the bottom part to move. So this is all free sliding now. However, the problem that I'm having is that there's 3 vertical beams, 1, 2, and 1 over there. Those are connected to this top horizontal beam with a screw that was attached through the top down into it this way. Now the problem with that is I can't get to it because those screws were put in before the roof was put on, and I'm surely not taking the roof off for this project. That's way out of my skill to handle. I'm pushing it right now, even doing what I'm doing here. I'm not a contractor. I'm not a big carpenter type person. I enjoy working with stuff like this. I'm just trying to save some money by doing it myself. So basically, what I have to do is, the only thing I can do to separate these vertical beams from this cross beam here is to use my reciprocating saw with metal cutting blades and just gently and really carefully go in here and cut the screw that's in each of these beams. That will allow me to take this whole wall piece off. It'll keep the horizontal beam intact, and the weight of the ceiling here will stay resting on the horizontal beam. Now we have that vertical beam right there, and we have this vertical beam right here, and the one in the corner there. So the weight of the ceiling will be on those. And just to add some extra security, you see I have my ladder here, and I have this is a 1 by 6, I think it is, or something like that, or 1 by 4. And what I'm going to do is, once I get the 3 beams out from the center, just to give it some more support until the spa gets here, I'm going to put this ladder with some wood. I need another piece of wood or 2 up under to hold the weight. Now I'm not sure if that's even needed, but just to be sure, just to be safe, I'm going to put it there. And so the cool thing is, I'm not sure if you'll be able to tell this in the video, but oh yeah, you can see it. The roof kind of slants down, which is really good, because what that means is I can, once I get those walls out, I'm going to turn this ladder that's here, I'm going to turn it 90 degrees so that this wood is actually this way instead of going that way. It's going to be this way, and I'm going to push it up until it's underneath the cross beam here, and the wood will support the weight of the roof, and it'll be spread out across the wood being held up by the ladder. So I think that should give me some stability, because when I finish this, today is Sunday, and the spa won't get here until Wednesday. So I want to make sure this will, since it's going to be without its vertical beams for a little while, I want to make sure I have something to brace it. So a little bit more about how I was able to disconnect this wall. If you can see, I got some of the screen down already. Let me go outside and show you. I took the screen out from the top, so you can see that's kind of coming down here. There's a piece of rubber that once you put the screen in, you put the rubber in, and there's a little tool that just runs it along here. It's really easy once you get the edge of it just to pull it out. So I pulled that out. So I have the screen separated from the top all the way down, and I also wanted to separate this part. The reason why this part's hanging down is because this was going into the side here along the wall. So I took that out because I'll be taking this whole piece out, and this beam here is going to stay. All right. Now these here on the side, these were connected by screws that went through the outside here. So I found those found one by removing the apron here on the outside, and then by removing the apron on the outside on the bottom there. Took 2 screws out from down there, 2 screws out from here, and that freed up these 2 pieces here. And that will need to take this entire wall out once I get those screws at the top cut. And there's Kron. Hey Kron, how you doing, buddy? This is my Irish Wolfhound German Shepherd mix, and he is amazing. Love this guy. He's about 120 pounds. Then we got Daisy. She is about 20 pounds. Hey Daisy, how are you, honey? So this is really their domain back here. They have no idea what I'm doing. But whenever I work on the yard, they always stay outside with me all day, except for Kron. He goes inside sometimes, but the other three, they're always out here. Isn't that right, buddy? Yeah. All right. And also, one more thing. If you're wondering why there's a giant dog right here, doesn't ever jump over that fence, is because I have an electric fence that goes across, there's like a wire that goes across the top. And I used to have a collar on him that when he got near it, the collar would shock him. And so after about 1 day of getting shocked and me pulling him back with my leash, then he doesn't go near it anymore. So he never escapes. Yep, they all stay back here. They're good dogs. All right, so that's that. I will now take out those vertical beams and brace the ceiling with the ladder and the wood, and I'll update you again when I get to that point.